Before I arrived in London, I figured it would all be a walk in the park. My name is Dave Hoffman and I'm an international relations student from New Jersey. I do many things some people would consider to be taboo, specifically learning to live a happy and comfortable life in various third world countries, working at various orphanages over the past 5 years. And that being said, the thought of living in one of the richest and most exclusive parts of London seemed like a joke of a challenge. Upon arriving to London, it was all amazing. The accents, the architecture, the history, and my bank statements after the first couple of weeks left me in awe. I was in college, I was in London, and I had more freedom than ever, all of which was amazing and left a smile on my face throughout the first couple of weeks. However, in only a short matter of time, it was those same aspects of my experiences that created the hardships for me that at times left me completely overwhelmed. Throughout my life, I've always turned to volunteering to help me feel better about my life, doing whatever I can to try and help others feel better about theirs. My original placement was at Mudshoot Farm's after-school program, and unfortunately, I felt I was not gaining anything from the placement that would be valuable to my service learning experience. After contacting CSV and re-examining my options, I was moved to Hackney Pirates, and what a good move it was. Hackney Pirates is a rather new organization whose purpose is to try and educate kids and get them to do their schoolwork and other stimulating work in any kind of interesting environment that in no way represents a school. The concept was interesting and inspiring, and I could only hope my experience with them would be the same. And luckily for me, it was. I was able to join them the very week they moved into their brand new space. And even though it was a single floor and a rundown 4-story walk-up in the heart of Hackney, it was the energy and excitement on the 4th floor which made it something beautiful. The kids are all from a surrounding part of Hackney, a poorer part of northeast London, most recently noted for its role in the London riots earlier this year. All of the kids struggle academically and socially in school, and at the request of their parents and teachers have become official pirates. The kids are all very unique and have very different cultural backgrounds, from Colombians to Nigerians. Every time, volunteers work one-on-one with kids, acting less like tutors and more like big friends, cheering the kids on as they do work that is not always easy for a kid who has spent their day at school. At Hackney Pirates, I felt like I had a purpose, and more importantly, I felt like I was part of their small yet strong community. At the end of every day, the staff, all of whom are very different volunteers, would sit around a table and just talk about their day and how they feel they can better the experience for the kids as a whole. When I spoke, they all listened, and when they spoke, they always had something insightful and genuinely good to say. Outside of the NUN group, this was the first community I really felt like I was a part of in London, and even though I only joined it toward the end of my time here, it really gave me something positive to look back on when thinking about my time here in London. On one of my days in Hackney, I was working with one of my little buddies, Scylla, whose smile is always radiating. I remember sitting with him drafting his play about fighting evil giants taking over the city with his best friends. One way or another, we started talking about the riots. He told me about one of the nights he could hear yelling from outside. Him and 2 friends decided to go out, walk around, and see what all the fuss was really about. 3 11-year-old kids, armed with a single stick in the middle of the Hackney riots. He looked at me with a peculiar look on his face and told me how he walked around the neighborhood he knew so well, but could barely recognize it, and how after walking for a couple of minutes, the 3 friends got so scared and overwhelmed that they all screamed and ran home. Hearing his story had me look back on my time here in London. I thought coming from much harsher places and having New York City less than 20 minutes away from my house, that coming to live in another western city would be normal and comfortable for me. Everyone would speak my language, eat similar food, and live lives not so different than mine. Scylla thought he was walking outside to the same streets he walked around every day to and from school, a comfort zone for him. But both of us were shocked and overwhelmed at what we came across. For him, it was in the form of angry mobs burning cars. For me, it was a type of responsibility and freedom which I had never had to deal with on my own before. For me, this was my chance and opportunity to learn and grow some more. My time here in London was not always the funnest and brightest, but there was always an opportunity to take the best from any situation and grow from it. I feel that not only have I contributed greatly to the Hackney Pirates, from my paintings on the walls to my one-on-ones with the kids, but I've helped change London and ultimately my global community. I have changed the way at least a few people from around the world view American college students, and more importantly, I have changed my view on the world as an American college student, and there is nothing more rewarding than that.